Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. I am your Purple Heart girl. If you are new here, welcome. On my channel, I do all kinds of subscription boxes, pretty much anything makeup, beauty related, clothing hauls. I do mental health Mondays. I am a huge advocate for mental health. I'm really focusing my channel on really bringing awareness to mental health. I'm going to be doing a lot more planners this year, journaling, talking a lot more about mental health. Like I said, I'm going to be doing Mental Health Mondays, and I would love it if you would join me in my journey and become part of my YouTube family if you are not already. I have been missing from YouTube for a hot minute. I had some, gosh, I'm one of those that if it were not for bad luck, I would have no luck at all. And I just had a string of bad luck after bad luck after bad luck. Just one thing after another, after another. All health related. And I just could not catch a break. If I did catch a break, it would be for like a week or two, and then something else would come about. And that is what this video is about, is to share my journey with you. If you would love to join me and be part of this journey and learn where I've been and how I'm doing in my recovery, then I would love it if you would stick around and join me. So as I was saying, I've been missing from YouTube probably for a good 2-3 months now. Starting back in November, I was hit with a flare-up of my lupus. I have been diagnosed with severe autoimmune disease disorder. One of those is lupus of the skin. My healthy skin cells will attack each other. And starting in November, the skin and nails, right, these two right here, and on a little bit further down, they're quite a bit healed now. I will post pictures for you. But the skin and my nails on these two fingers started falling off, like literally falling off. And here are some pictures of what I'm talking about. Yes, those are pretty uncomfortable pictures to look at. And I apologize if they're offensive to anybody, or if they're like, ooh, I know I look at those and still go, ooh. But that's what having lupus of the skin will do. Your skin will blister and then it will bleed. And as you could see, the skin on my nails, the skin on my fingers were just peeling and falling off. My nails were just falling off, and they still are. The skin has healed up quite a bit, but my nails literally are still just snapping and falling off. So I keep them covered, keep medication on there, and try to do a good job on keeping them clean and bandaged while my nails continue to fall off, and hopefully new ones continue to grow out. They've started to grow out a little bit, but those were starting to chip and fall off as well. It was extremely painful. As you could see in those pictures, red, inflamed. Just to touch my hand, anything that would touch my hand or anything my hand would touch, it felt like my whole hand and my whole arm was on fire. I could not use this hand. It was, which of course I'm left-handed, and it all happened on my left hand. I did have a little bit of I had the same thing last summer on my pinky finger. I'll post pictures here. Do you see that? Where you could see how the pinky nail was just chipping and literally just falling off. So I dealt with that last summer. and it was so painful. I could, like I said, I could barely touch anything or hold anything. And if I bumped my fingers or bumped my hand, I just had this excruciating pain that would radiate down my hand into my arm, and it was just so very painful. So it was really hard to do anything because obviously you use your hands to work and you use your hands to show things. I use my hands to talk. Use my hands to get ready. And so it was just so very painful, and I had to go to the doctor. I had to get on some medication, some creams, started to get this under control. As soon as this started to get somewhat under control and not so painful, I ended up with bronchitis. And on top of the bronchitis, I ended up with laryngitis. I lost my voice. I lost my voice for about 3 weeks. You can tell it's still very, very raspy. I normally have a naturally raspy voice anyways, but it was very, I was barely talking above a whisper. And I could barely even do that. And that lasted just about 3 full weeks before my voice finally came back. And so here, my hand just started healing about the beginning of December. And then my voice completely disappears. And then finally, my hand starts healing okay. My bronchitis is now gone. It's now coming into the new year. And I started the new year out literally with a bang. I accidentally electrocuted myself. We have this hummingbird feeder. Yes, if you could see this nasty bruise in my swollen eye and my puffy eyes. I don't know if my lipstick's doing a good job on covering my lip. I will go over that in a minute. There is a story behind all this. So I will be covering all my swollen and bruises and bumps. I'll be getting to that here shortly. So we have this hummingbird feeder. It got really, really cold in January and it was starting to freeze. So I got this, I'm trying to think of what it's called, where you screw it on the base of the hummingbird feeder and then you can plug it in and it warms up their food so they can continue to eat. My husband had wrapped all of that in garbage bags, and then we're talking, it was pretty thick. I should have taken pictures of it. And then we had laid some plastic on our deck. This was a hummingbird feeder that you walk out onto the deck, and it was hanging on the frame. So I had noticed that the hummingbird feeder was low. What I did not notice or pay attention to, that it had poured down rain for about 3 days in a row. I go to grab this hummingbird feeder and I have this hand here to hold it, and I'm using this hand to grab it. And I did not notice everything, the cord, that even though it was wrapped up in everything, was completely buried underwater. And so I go to grab it, and the hummingbird feeder, all of it starts going off like fireworks. I can laugh now, but it wasn't funny at the time. It actually was extremely painful. I grab this thing, it starts going off like fireworks, just popping. Everything just breaks and shatters. I was electrocuted. These 2 fingers, the fingertips, cracked and started badly bleeding. My hands hurt, my arms hurt, my back hurt. Oh, everything hurt so bad. I thought I was going to throw up. Of course, I drop it and I go back inside, and I'm sweating and I'm shaking, and my husband is calling me, and my hands are shaking so bad and so painful. And of course, these fingers are bleeding and the skin's everything bleeding. I can't even pick up my phone to answer the phone. And I just grabbed wet washcloths and I put them on my face and on my hands, and I'm just laying there. It was so painful. I'd never ever been electrocuted, especially like that before. And it was quite the experience, and it was very scary, and it was extremely painful. And I was pretty sore for probably a good week. Everything really hurt. And it took about a week before these stopped bleeding again. And then after about a week for my fingers and everything to calm down and not be so painful, like a piece of hair, these got started acting up again and became very, very painful. And so I was kind of dealing with this all over again. And that lasted about a good week or so into the first week of January. So now my hand is starting to heal again a little bit more. My bronchitis is gone. My voice is starting to come back. I'm feeling a little bit better after being electrocuted. Then I got COVID again for the second time. I already had COVID when it first came out. Then I had my injection. Then I had my boosters, and I still got COVID again for the second time. And it wiped me out. I was so sick. I was so sick, I could not even get out of bed for about 3 days. And it was at that point where my husband wanted to take me to the ER. Of course, I'm a nurse. And even being in the medical field and being a nurse, I don't like going to the doctors. I do not like going to the ER. And so I just kept saying, no, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll sleep, and I'll take my immune boosting. I'll do all my immunity medications and stuff. And he was really worried about me because I already have severe autoimmune disease disorder. And then I was wiped out with this. And then I was wiped out with bronchitis and laryngitis. And then I go and electrocute myself. And then right after that, I get hit heavy with COVID. I was so sick. I was in bed. I couldn't eat. It's about 3 days, and I couldn't even get out of bed. I could get out of bed to drink some water, throw up, and of course I'm throwing up out of every orifice in my body. And so I'm trying to stay as hydrated as I can and drink as much water as I can and suck on as much ice cubes as I can. But I literally just slept. I was so, so sick. And I was miserable. My fever got to above 102. And like I said, it got to the point where my husband was just like, babe, I got to take you to the ER. And I did not want to go. More so because I did not feel like it. We live on an island, and you can sometimes go to the ER and you can sit there for 10 hours before you get a chance to be seen. And I was in so much pain. It was the worst body flu you can imagine times 10. It hurt to move my head. It hurt to have the light on. It hurt to talk. It hurt to move. It was so painful and so hot and just so miserable. Man, I don't wish COVID upon anybody. Not upon anybody. And I think because of my autoimmune disease, when I get a cold, it turns into bronchitis or pneumonia. If I just barely, somebody could walk a mile away, I'm going to get that COVID and it's going to kick my ass. And it did. It really kicked my ass. I just started to feel a little bit better, just a little bit better. I got up and I went to turn a light on, and I don't remember it happening, but apparently I blacked out. And the only reason why I know that I blacked out is because I remember hearing my one dog, Kaiser, was barking and barking and barking. And my other dog, Naya, who is half German Shepherd. Kaiser's full German Shepherd. Naya is half German Shepherd, half Alaskan Husky. I hear her howling. So I wake up to this barking and this howling, and it takes you a few minutes, and I'm like, what's going on? And it feels like you're waking up out of a dream. And I realize I'm on the floor. and I'm on the floor, face down in a pool of blood, and my face is cut up. It's cut up bad. I'm going to post some pictures here for you so you can see what I'm talking about. So those pictures aren't too terribly bad. The bruising, you can see those pictures of those bruises. And here are some pictures of the bruises just about a week ago. Yeah, my eye was pretty bad. You can see there's still some swelling underneath my eye. I tried to match my eyeshadow because this is bruised. That's all bruised right there. See all that? That's all bruised. I got some bruising, a little bit of still swollen lips, but these were bruised. I think I fractured my nose because underneath my eyes were swollen and really bruised. When I did my makeup today for the video, I tried to match and get some purple eyeshadow on right here to try to match, but you can see this eye is way more puffy and swollen and purple and bruised, and it's just, you could just tell my eyes, they both, I could not get my eyes, my eye makeup to match like at all. It just, you could just tell it's all swollen and puffy and bruised. And then I had a big huge, let's see, I had this big huge gash on my nose here and some puffiness and swelling underneath this eye there. So I mean, I must have hit like one of those balls in the pinball machine where you ping and it pings off everything. I must have hit every shelf, every dresser, every table, every wall to have swelling and bruising over here, cut on my nose over here, my tooth, as you can see in those pictures, my lips were completely split here, and then this big old nasty mess right over here. I mean, it was like every section of my face must have bounced off of something before I went down. So I wake up, I'm on the floor in a pool of blood, my glasses are gone, so I'm on the floor glowing like this, trying to find my glasses, get my glasses, I put them on, and I'm like, oh, I can't see. I must have concussion. I go to push my glasses on, and the glass was had popped out. So when I went to push my glasses on, my fingers went through my frame and gouged my eye. And it was awful. I shouldn't laugh because it was very scary at the time. It was very scary at the time. It was extremely painful. As you can see, my face was all cut up. I'm still very badly bruised and still swollen. Oh my gosh, it hurt so bad. So I'm crawling, doing this, trying to get my glasses. I crawl to my phone. I call my husband. My husband comes home. My face is just all bloody and all cut up. And again, he's like, we wanted to go to the ER. I'm like, no. And I'll just glue and suture and sew myself shut. I did not want to go and sit in the ER for God knows how long and as much pain as I was in. I mean, my lips were out to here. Oh, it was awful. I was in so much pain. And this is only about a week into the COVID. So I literally, actually this was about 7 or 8 days into COVID. Because like I said, I just started to feel better. I was getting up and I was walking across the room to turn the light on. I am thankful because see this door right here? These are stairs. Where that light switch is to turn our light on, right on the other side of the light switch is the opening to go down these stairs. And this is an older home. So these are big, huge, thick wooden stairs. And I'm glad I went this way when I blacked out instead of this way, because I would have blacked out and went down all those wooden stairs. And I'm also thankful that when I hit and one of my glasses broke out, that it didn't slice into my eye or slice into my face. It could have been way worse. It could have been way worse. So now I still have COVID. My face is all cut up. My eyes swollen shut. And that was only about 2 weeks ago was when all this happened. So, man, I tell you what, last year did not end well, between all this with my skin falling off, my nails falling off, then getting bronchitis, then getting laryngitis. And then this year just started to feel better in the beginning of January. Then I electrocute myself. Then I start feeling better from that. And then I go and I get COVID. Just started feeling a little bit better from COVID. And then I black out and mess up my face. So it has been just a series of bad luck, and one thing happening after another, after another, after another. And it's been miserable. It has been so miserable. And again, I still sound a little bit stuffy. My voice is still very hoarse. Just now, these last couple days, started to get any energy back. I had zero energy. And I was really nervous to get up and walk around when I did have energy, especially if my husband was gone. Because when I blacked out, I didn't see it coming. I had no idea. It's not like I stood up and I was like, oh, I feel dizzy, or you get that where things kind of close in on you and you can grab them. I just went to go turn on the light, and next thing I know, I wake up and I'm face down on the floor in a pool of blood. And so I was really nervous to get up and like walk around when my husband was at home. So now that most of the swelling is gone down on my face, this big, huge, fat lip. Again, I think lipstick is covering most of the bruising. I still have some puffy, swollen eyes. I still have this beauty all right here. So now, it's like I almost hate to say it. Now that this is pretty much almost healed, other than I'm still waiting for my fingernails to kind of grow out, because there's just kind of like little nubs on there. So my fingernails are finally starting to grow back, and it's not painful to use this hand. COVID is gone, bronchitis is gone, swelling in my face and the cuts in my face are somewhat relatively healed. And I just recently started getting my energy back. I thought, okay. I was like, okay. So hopefully all the stuff that was going to happen, all the sickness and all the stuff that was going to happen, happened starting November and December and then January. And now it's like all done. And I can get back to life. I could get back to YouTube. I could get back to filming, get back to doing the things that I love, being that advocate for mental health. And I am so ready. I am so sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I am so thankful my energy is starting to come back and I'm feeling better and the swelling is gone down. But man, I was a hot mess there for a hot minute. And I'm thankful that, again, everything is starting to heal. I'm starting to feel better, starting to have a lot more energy. And I am ready to get back to my YouTube, get back to my YouTube family, start filming again. And I'm excited to be back. And just, if there's anything that you could do for me, just pray for me that all of this, no more bronchitis, no more COVID, no more skin and nails falling off, no more being electrocuted. Let's just hope all of that, I just got it like all out and all out of the way, all at once. And the rest of this year is just going to be smooth sailing. So yeah. That's where we are. And again, like I said, just pray that everything that is going to happen, it just happened, and we just got it all out there. And if any of you guys need any prayer requests or have anything going on, any questions regarding mental health, I'm a huge advocate for mental health. And I've been in the medical field over 20 years, and I worked in behavioral health for over 4 years. If you have any questions, concerns about insurance, how to get started, who to call, or even if you just need somebody to listen, please feel free to reach out to me. I will be here for you. I will do my best to head you in that right direction to get you the proper help. And like I said, even if you just need someone to listen, I will be here to listen. I don't care what time of the day it is. I don't care what day of the week it is. I will be here for you, and I will not judge you. And I will just listen, and I will love you, and I will do the best that I can to get you headed in that right direction. It's okay to not be okay. It really is. We cannot help sometimes when that chemical imbalance happens, and we need a little bit of therapy for it, whether it's diet or physical therapy, or you go see a therapist, or you take some medication. It's okay to not be okay. And if you want to talk about it, let me know. I'm here for you. And I am here for my YouTube channel. I'm excited to get caught up. I got a lot of videos to catch up on. Oh my gosh, I have so many videos to catch up on. So I'm going to be pumping those suckers out. Did take some time off of work to let myself heal. And I'm thinking of going a little bit of a different direction at work as well. And so, but doing a job more focused on mental health versus what I was doing. So with that said, thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope that you join my YouTube family. If I am your kind of vibe, please don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell. It will notify you of all my future uploads. I hope that you guys are out there staying safe, and that you guys have a great rest of the day. One more thing I would like to mention. If you have not heard of or joined Fetch Rewards, it is a free app. You download it on your phone and you earn free money. Every time you go grocery shopping, you just take your receipt, you snap your receipt, and that builds points. Those points turn into money. Simple way. I have a link for you to use down below. I believe the bonus is still going on right now. If you click that link, you get an automatic 4,000 points. And if you don't want to use my link, use someone's link that you know, because you guys each get points. If someone sends you a link or you use someone's link, they get points and you would get points. So if you don't want to use my link below, that's fine. Use someone else's link if you can. Everybody gets free points. And why not? You're grocery shopping and you're just clicking your receipts and you're making money off money you've already spent. It's fantastic. So check it out, Fetch Rewards. And again, I hope you guys are out there staying safe. I do not wish COVID upon anybody. It's horrific. And so stay safe, wash your hands, and you guys have a great rest of the day. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in my next video. I love you guys so much. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.